The other song is from this incredible land known as Sindh, which essentially is the heartland of our subcontinent. And the other song is very well known to all you people. It has survived for more than 750 years in different forms, in different verses, in different ways. Sat gumti bato jel ghumi aayo gumti moho maili bhet bhayo kaha ko dukhi maili kaha ko sukhi bichai ma bhet bhayo तिम्रोई बेसी नाहुनी रोई छोरो नाहुनी रोई छोरो लाल मेरी पत रखियो बला झूले लाल ओ जिस जिंदगी दा शकी शाबाज कलंदर ओ लाल मेरी पत रखियो बला झूले लालन जिंदगी दा से बनता शकी शाबाज कलंदर दमादम मस्त कलंदर अली दम दम दे अंदर दमादम मस्त कलंदर अली दा पहला भेट भायो भेट भायो ओ लालू मेरी पत्त रखियो पला झूले लालंड जिंदगी दा सखी शाबाश टमाटा अली दम दम दे टमाटा अली दम दम दे टमाटा अली दम दम दे लाल मेरी रखियो पला झूले लालड़ जिंदगी दा से बनदा सखी शाबाश कलंदर Thank you.
A very good afternoon to all the Zoom members. We have just got a few minutes before we officially start this absolutely amazing session where we're going to be talking about health, well-being through yoga with our most amazing superstar, Simran Ahuja. She will be joining us. She's already logged in. So she will be with us very, very shortly. But before we start, just wanted to acknowledge a little bit of the presence of some of the wonderful people today who have joined all the way from Uganda. And today we also have a very global audience from Canada, from Uganda, from Kenya, from Europe. So really, really privileged. I can see some very wonderful faces. We have the host lady, Mrs. Meena bin Kagram. Meena bin, could we put it on speaker view if we can, yeah? Thank you. So if we can put it on speaker view, that would be wonderful. Yeah, brilliant. So that's good. And we also want to make sure that there is the chairperson for the Kampala Lohana Samaj. We have Sanjay Bhai. We have the very famous, who we did a Zoom session with not so long ago, Dr. Sudhirbai Ruparelia. Pleasure to see you, sir. And we have your lovely wife joining you, Joshna Ben. Jai Sri Krishna, nice to see you today. And we have got some amazing other people who have also joined. So it is actually right, according to the UK British summertime, it's 3:30 in the afternoon. I believe Kenya Standard and Uganda Standard Time, it is 5:30. And all across the Indian Ocean in India, it's 8 o'clock right now. So we are absolutely delighted and honored with the presence of an amazing super celebrity with us today, Simran Ahuja. Before I give you the introduction of Simran, I want to say a massive thank you to the Lohana Samaj of Kampala for hosting this session, and facilitated this process was our lovely dear friend, Dr. Sudhirbai Ruparelia. Sudhirbai, a massive thank you to you for facilitating this with the Ugandan Lohana Samaj. Also, we want to thank Sanjay Bhai from the Lohana Samaj for hosting this. And we have been so privileged to get Simran Ahuja. Now, everybody should know who Simran is. Look, I want to make sure that we acknowledge Simran because of her great capabilities and her great achievements that she's had at this young, tender age. Simran Ahuja, let me tell you about her. She is a wonderful lady. She is ex-Miss India 2013. She's an actor, an international celebrity anchor. She's an author of a recent book, 9 Nights Navratri, the Triple N. She is an anchor at the IFA Awards, the Filmfare Awards, Oscar Academy President Welcome Speech also. Now, all that has etc. with it. My God, if we started this huge list of her accolades, it's going to go on and on. She is also currently a TV talk show host for the USA channel Celebrities in Unison. She's a cultural and a folk ambassador at Paris and Dubai. She is recipient of the most prestigious award, Dada Saheb Phalke International Film Festival Award, one of very few people who have won this award. Listen to this, the list goes on. She, Simran Ahuja, is a recipient of 18 consecutive dance titles in India and America from the year 2000 to 2018. She was also invited by the BBC London for an interview regarding the book 9 Nights Navratri. She's been also given the title Dance Like a Goddess. It was captioned by the Times of India group. As a jury and as an anchor at the most prestigious international beauty pageants, Femina Miss India, Miss Teen International, Mrs. World, Miss Supermodel, Miss Heritage International, Miss Multinational, Miss Eva, Miss Bharat Icon, and many, many more events that she's hosted and been an amazing jury for them. Not only that, Simran Ahuja is a doctorate in nature cure and alternative medicine, and absolutely a yoga lover. So, ladies and gentlemen, without taking too much of your time, we all want to see, meet, and listen to this super celebrity, a great friend of mine, a great anchor, a person who everybody would want to get some positivity from. Let us all open up your screens and give a huge applause to welcome our lovely Simran Ahuja. Simran, would you mind coming up on screen, please? Meena Ben, if you can put her on the speaker's view, please.
I haven't unmuted her.
And we have not unmuted her.
Where is she?
Please unmute Simran Ahuja.
Huh. Oh, yeah. 1 minute. I can't see her. Yes. Yes.
Simran, I believe you're logged under a different ID. Would you be able to just sound out your ID and then we'll open you up?
Andika, obviously.
She's not there.
S, Andika, S. Sima, I-S-I-M.
Simran Ahuja, she's already opened up her screen, Meena Ben.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can we give her the speaker's view, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Wow, I love this. At first, a global namaste and Jai Shri Krishna to the beautiful Lohana Samaj of Kampala. Absolutely my honor to be here. I'm so delighted to be with all the beautiful souls here. And that was absolutely, a very generous introduction. I'm sorry, it took him, quite a few minutes, but I must say that it was in such a lavish manner. I'm completely overwhelmed, and humble thanks to all of you for this wondrous invite. Though I feel I don't really deserve that kind of love, but I must say that I just feel completely blessed, for the showering of all the love that I've received from everybody here. So Jai Shri Krishna to everyone, and may I please humbly thank Mr. Sudhir Ruparelia sir, who's here with us, and I really wanted to see you, and I look forward to having a great conversation post this. Humble thanks to my dear friend Meena Kagra. Thank you so much, Meena ji. I've already spoken to you, and I must tell you, I appreciate all the fabulous work that you do. My humble thanks to our chairperson, Sanjay Bhai sir, thank you so much for this wondrous invite, and Bahut maja aavi you. And of course, my dear friend, Dr. Lalit Soda from the UK. That's been so generous of you, and absolutely an honor for me to be in front of all the beautiful souls of Kampala. The beautiful relation that I have with Africa is that of Uganda, where, I was at this brilliant event by the First Lady, Her Excellency, the First Lady of Rwanda, Janet Kagame, man, and it was absolutely a pleasure. I love the warmth, and I love the beautiful smiles, the natural smiles that you'll have from within your hearts. And the simplicity really takes on me. I'm completely mesmerized to be here. So thank you so much, everybody. And Dr. Lalit, thank you, sweetheart. Thank you for putting me on here.
Absolutely. Simran, before we start, we have the wonderful lady, Mrs. Sudhir Ruparelia, Joshna Ben Ruparelia, who would like to give you a warm welcome before we start, and then we can go ahead and start today's event. Joshna Ben, if you can, Meena Ben, if you can unmute Joshna Ben, please.
JY.
It's you. You're on.
No, Josna. Wika Josna Ben. It's a Josna Ruparelia. You keep it up. JY. Yeah. Yes.
Joshna Ben, go ahead, and we would like you to welcome our super Simran Ahuja.
No, JJ Wantino.
Jai
Meena
Shri
Ben,
Krishna,
Yeah.
Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Jalaram, and good evening. I'd like to welcome all members of all the communities, heads of communities, and a special thanks to our host, Ellie, our dear Meena Ben, and of course our MC, Mr. Lalit Bhai Soda. And a big thank you to our special speaker, superstar, Simran Ahuja. I hope everyone will enjoy the program and take some good advice from her. Thank you. Enjoy it.
Thank you
Jai
very
Shri
much,
Krishna.
Joshna Ben. Jai Shri Krishna, thank you very much. So this particular program today is live on Zoom, And it's also being live streamed on the Facebook and YouTube. So we have a very global audience. And Simran, a Jai Sri Krishna and a Jai Julelal to you. So I will hand over the stage to you. We would love to hear from you about your journey through your celebrity status as Miss India, your all the good work that you have done, and now a celebrity anchor to the yoga teacher that you are. Would you share your journey with us, Simran?
That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. Absolutely my pleasure. At first, I'm going to begin and I'm going to start with the present moment that I believe in really giving the best every single moment. As we always say in yoga, be aware, and being aware is the right state of mind. And this has become a way of life, and I owe it all to the yoga, which has helped me go through all my schedules and everything that I've achieved without me realizing that it's been imbibed in me since childhood. So the journey, beautiful journey, began when my mom used to take me, for a yoga sessions, and she used to conduct yoga sessions and do seva there. And I used to tell her I'll only wake up in the morning because 6 a.m. used to be the yoga session. And I used to tell her I'll only wake up in the morning if you let me demonstrate. So I would only wake up the day she would want me to demonstrate a particular asana. And then I would be pretty much excited. So as a kid, I would just get those 2 minutes on stage, which I just enjoyed. So I would just wake up with a jerk and I would be all excited to just demonstrate. And whenever, she used to say that, just come for the class, I used to tell her, I'm not coming. I better enjoy my sleep. And this habit of mine, let me tell you all, is still on. So for consistently, for the first time ever, because of lockdown, we had our regular session, which started from 18th of March until the 4th of August. Because on 5th of August, we announced that the gyms, the clubs, and everything is opening up here in our country, India. But I've been very lucky and fortunate that for the first time in my life, I've ever done consistently, 4.5 months of yoga without missing a single day. And I think it's all because of, what my mom had taught me since childhood. It's because of the regularity and the punctuality I always had, which I couldn't ever cope with because of my schedules. Getting into, I've qualified my management and with the first grade in finance. And mom always wanted me to pursue a career in the academic field because I belong to the family of academicians. And it's absolutely a no-no any other arena in our family. So my siblings are all, an engineer, a lawyer, and an officer in customs. But I was the one who always did what my heart said, and I always liked to fight in the house, being the youngest one, and get my way through. So just close to my college, I was in Jehin College, was the studio of All India Radio, where I was just passing by and I read, the auditions which were on for becoming a radio jockey. I am used to not thinking and just doing things which make me happy, and I just went, to the studio and I gave my auditions and I got through. Great was a surprise when I started hosting events as a radio jockey, and my journey began from there. And I started getting calls for emceeing. At that point of time, I came from a very small place in Thane city known as Koprigaon. So I had absolutely no exposure to the town world, to the film world. We were not allowed to watch films. My mom has never gone to school, but she's the most intelligent and the most smartest person I've met in my life. And the complete woman of substance, I can definitely call her, though she's never ever been to school. So the qualities that she imbibed in us, to have love, which is of prime essence, the spiritual values that she gave us since the beginning, the yoga, that she imbibed in us, took us a long way. And today I truly owe a lot to everything she gave us in childhood without realizing it's going to take me a long way. As I became an MC, of course, I started traveling, and I told her I don't want to work into the management arena. And she said, no, we can't do this. We're not allowed to go late, late nights out. And I said, yeah, but there's no harm because even when I'm working in the management field, people want me to join them for dinner. So we do have get together. So let me just take one event a week at least and, follow my passion. And this is how it all began. And, you know, uh, right now, so past 3 years, it's been like, yeah, in 352's day span, I do at least 450 to 500 events in one year. It could be two countries in a day, two cities in a day, but it's been truly a blessing, my journey. And I've realized, all through my life that, we all have to go through ups and downs. But, the fact is that the faith you have in higher reality and divine love, let's not measure success and failure. Let's just measure enjoying every second of our life. And life becomes magical. It's a miracle. Every single breath of life is a miracle. Are we really acknowledging that? Are we expressing gratitude to everybody for that? If not, in ourselves. And this is how everything really fell in place for me. And how I met Dr. Lalit Soda through Healing Our Earth platform. So we must thank Neil as well for introducing both the beautiful souls. And this is how I do yoga there as well. And this is where my life has taken me. My Bollywood movie debut released in December. And my second movie is already being shot 70%. We're waiting for everything to be fine so that we can really start with our shoot for my second film. This is my beauteous journey. And during the lockdown period, there's one thing that I must tell everybody, especially for the pandemic, that, let us all work on ourselves. We can't travel outside. It's time for us to travel within. And the five traits that, we all look forward to really taking out of our system. One of them is greed. And I think the easiest one is anger, which really takes us into a different world. So it's not that difficult for us to remove anger from our system altogether, especially when we are in, at home with our loved ones. There is no reason for us to get angry. So this is one of the trait I always tell people, that just take it out of your system and you'll be a beautiful soul. The rest will all fall in place. So thank you. I think I spoke my entire life in this beautiful 4 minute span.
Simran, that was a very quick, brief history. You're just being humble about it, but we'd like to hear more from you. Simran,
Oh,
you
that's so
actually,
kind.
pardon me?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So you actually came up into a Garba queen.
Yeah,
You coming
that was,
from a Sindhi background, you
yeah,
then became a Gujarati Garba folk dancer.
yeah.
Tell us all about it. How did you do all that?
We always say in life that somewhere destiny takes you, wherever you're supposed to be. So I remember I was in my second grade in school and I didn't even know what dance is, but just because my friend wanted to go for a classical dance class, I went with her for a trial session and my mom comes there to pick me up and she says, no, dancing is not for us. So I was not allowed to dance, though I always felt that I feel the music, but I was never into that zone. I didn't get exposure, so I didn't even realize. But I do remember coming back from my dance class, and I played hockey in school. I was a hockey player in school, and again, that was towards my high school. So when I had to go to represent, my school on the state level, we had to travel all night long by train, and my mom said no. She found it risky for me to travel, and the rest of the girls travel. So I even gave up, my hockey. I used to play, but I used to only play up to inter-school level, but never got a chance to play, the interstate level. So I always knew my restrictions, but at the same time, when I entered Jehan College, my life changed. That was the first time I ever went to town. And I was completely mesmerized by everyone. Everyone to me looked like a perfectionist. And I had a long way to go. I couldn't really speak good English. I didn't have a good vocab. I didn't know how to carry myself. I was naturally beautiful. That's God's grace. But I didn't even know how to feel beautiful. I never felt I was beautiful too. And luckily, I became the class representative for my first year itself. And all the 5 years, it's been a record. I was elected as the class representative. So we had, by the Gujarati Samaj, the Navratri, the Dandiya competition. And I went for it. And, when I just had bright smiles, I have no reason why. And I was never into makeup, till I entered my beauty pageant, Miss India Magnificent. I was never into makeup. So only once a year I would put lipstick on my lips because simultaneously, along with my graduation, I also did my doctorate in nature cure because mom always wanted me to know about naturopathy and know the natural way of living. So simultaneously, since I was doing the course, I knew that, makeup is not for me. So I was absolutely against it. So I went for this Garba competition, Navratri competition. I didn't know, I was in college and we were all college friends. And my friend gave me the dandiya in my hands and he said, listen, we have competition now. So just do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 we turn. I said, okay. I just learned the step in 1 minute. And then I started dancing to the music. And I realized I went on and on nonstop. This was just, me, I had just gone to college. And I realized that I was glowing. I was, all pink and I was sweating it out and I'm just laughing it out. I don't know why I was laughing. I didn't even know the name of the guy I was dancing with. He was a senior in my college. And I said, what is this happening? And then my name gets announced as the winner. And I'm like, this is amazing. You sweat it out, you lose weight, you look beautiful, you glow, you shine, you fall in love with something. I don't know what. Is it divine love? Is it love with the person? I have no idea. But it's all a win-win situation. And then you win a prize. So this is how my Garba journey started. And the first time I asked my mom that I wanted to go out was in the millennium year 2000, where I started playing. So I won all cons. I had just a simple Gagra choli of 1200 rupees, only one, which they just bought me thinking that I'm really fond of it, not really knowing what am I doing. But every single day I won the competitions there, right from winning diamond ring to the final day, the Queen of Sankalp title, which is the biggest title, supposed to be the biggest title in India, where I won a trip to Europe. So I had, one of our legends, Bharat Shah sir, was there. And it was Devendra Joshi ji was the organizer. And I had no idea about anybody. But everyone started saying, who is this girl? Where did she come from? How come she's won this main title of a queen? I don't know. That day, something happened to me. And I remember before going dancing for the final competition, it started pouring heavily. So I went to the temple, to Mata's temple, and I was just sitting and I just closed my eyes. And somehow I just thought of, getting into that beautiful meditative zone. And I was just, with my eyes shut for half an hour. And then when I came out, I don't know. I felt as if I'm an angel dancing. I don't know what happened to me. I felt I don't exist. I was blushing and I have no idea with everyone staring at me, the judges staring at me because I could sense that, that they are looking at me. And we had the numbers and my tag number was announced as the Queen of Sankalp, where I won a trip to Europe. Now, at that point of time, it was only in Yashraj films that I'd watched Europe. And I said, this is unbelievable. In the entire Navratri season, I lost around 8 kgs of weight dancing for 10 days. And of course, I won every day massive prizes, great name, and the final day, a free trip to Europe. And in 2011, when I traveled, 2001, when I traveled Europe, I think I was in a complete high. So it was a beautiful trip for 11 days. And, I realized, what my flair was. And I said, I want to breathe, I want to live. When I came back to college, I started, flying like a bird every time. So thereafter, every single year, I won 18 consecutive titles. And of course, now my gagras are huge and I have all different 9 outfits. I'm the cultural ambassador for Paris, Dubai. But it's been a beauteous journey, where during the journey when I represented my country, India, for the beauty pageant, I wanted to perform something I'm fabulous at, by God's grace, of course, Garba. So when I did Garba there, all my international beauty queens wanted to know that what is the spiritual significance when I explained to them. And that is the time they told me, why don't you pen down a book? Because we would like to know more about this dance with the universe you feel. So I said, this is the only dance form which has bending steps, lunges. We have, where we bend down from the waist. So in a rhythmic way, for non-stop, we dance for 3 to 4 hours. That too, with the divine love, with the presence of divine love. So it's completely going on a natural high. And I've never felt more beautiful than, my dance Garba days. And I just fast in Navratri and I just dance. And since the past 1 year, I've been traveling extensive during Garba, back to back countries. And I come back for my final competition. But now I've started judging events because I'm invited everywhere since I had my movie now as a celebrity by God's grace. So I've become a jury there. I've been to India Fest in USA as well, where I'm invited to judge the Ras Garba and the folk competition. So this is my beauteous folk journey.
Amazing, amazing journey for Gujarati Garba. And Simran, the photos that we have seen of you with your amazing Gujarati Ghagra Choli, and you look absolutely a Guju. So nice. And
રમવાનું મને બધું આવડે છે. Absolutely,
So I'll
it's
tell you
Mata's
one thing.
goddess.
You are a dancing goddess in India with your garbas. And there is this little town called Nakuru it's called the Flamingo City in Kenya. And there is a Garba queen there, of none other than Meena Ben.
Wow, that's amazing. So watch it.
Okay,
Meena
so
Ben, I'm so delighted.
she's going to unmute and welcome you before you continue your Garba and your other onward journey from here. So Meena Ben, if you can unmute and welcome our Garba queen from the world, Simran Ahuja.
Yeah. Global namaskar to everybody.
Global namaste.
Before I say anything and welcome everybody, I would like to see my husband first.
Hi, how are you? I'm Ramesh Kagra.
And that's Ellie, who is admitting, if not been admitted anybody. Can you
How are you?
see?
Hello.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's so kind. That's so kind. Lovely meeting
Okay,
you.
I would like, before doing anything, I would like to officially, like Guju, welcome you.
Suvachi.
That's it. This is like Tilak to you. And this is Chakha to you. And little misery to you in your mouth. And little Aarti. You could express. And this is Malaji for you. Can you see?
Yes, it's so beautiful.
I tell you, it
Yeah.
smells. It's nice smell. And there is something else that I like to give you.
Wow, this is amazing. I want to
Yes.
see that.
Can you see?
Okay. Oh, yes. I'm into
That's your lipstick.
lovely. So
This
kind.
is just a little joke with you that you always teach how to apply lipstick. So that's for you.
So kind. That was a lovely thought. That's so kind
Thank
of
you.
you.
Jambo,
know-
everybody. Jhulelal.
Jai Jhulelan.
Jai Shri Krishna. Welcome to all. Karibu. Welcome to the flamingo town of Nakuru, where the fastest runner in the world is born. Eliud Kipchoge. Simran, I saw you only once for hardly 30 seconds, and I knew there was a link between us. You are Lohana. All Sindhis are Lohanas. And apni dikri cho beta. So we welcome you. In fact, in Nairobi, our capital city, we had one Sindhi president a long time ago. So very well accepted. I noticed that you are beauty with grain, but you are pride to the community. While you hosting WHO, wow. You love your long dark hair. And when I saw you, you are blowing them away. Ye reshmi julfe, ye sharbati aankhe. I tell you, what else can I say? Welcome to Nakuru Zoom. Thank you very much. Now, it is my, thank you. It is my duty now, humble duty, to introduce Dr. Lalit, my cousin. And my behalf of Dr. Lalit and myself, we are very excited to welcome you. and welcome Uganda Mahajan. It is at the same time. Now I will introduce to you Lalit. He is a doctor of he is a doctor of chiropractic, currently practicing in London, England. He's a public speaker like you, where you found him. He's a profession as a profession and conducts many events as an MC in corporate rebels. He lectures freely on faith internationally and has authored a book which is Pushti Maragya. It's a beautiful book for the youngsters and in English. Simran, he is Loana as well. He is Kenyan first. And he comes from my hometown in Babra, in Gujarat. Lalit, listen to this. Sunu Hanumant. Not Hanuman. Sakala gun tore take tum atishaya priya more. Over to you, Lalit bhai.
Meena Ben, thank you. This is an event for our lovely Simran, but thank you very much for acknowledging me. Simran, thank you for being here. Meena Ben, thank you. And now the dancing queen, the Garba queen, will definitely carry on with her journey. Now, Simran, you did Garba. You became an actress. You became a celebrity anchor. Before we move on to your yoga, I would like to ask you a quick question. You received an award of the very prestigious Dada Phalke Award. Can you share a little bit about that with us, Simran?
Sure. This is absolutely a great honor for me to be the recipient of the prestigious Dadasaheb Phalke International Film Festival Award. And I was the youngest awardee for Anchor Par Excellence. And, since I used to do shows everywhere, having worked with the Bollywood legends and the Hollywood legends, right from Michael Douglas, Kai Green, Roland Kickinga, the Terminator protagonist, and the likes. Also, the beauty pageants that I do. So, also the Oscars Academy. We had the president coming to the first time in 90 years in India, and both the events, by God's grace, were hosted by me. So, they were like really overwhelmed, and, they wanted to, felicitate me with this award. So I received a call 3 months prior, and it was absolutely a great honor for me. And since it was for being an international anchor par excellence, since I worked in all the arenas, and I think it was absolutely the biggest blessing to have happened to me. I am absolutely at loss of words to talk more about this because, when I went on stage to collect my award, I somehow felt that, for the first time, I felt that this was not for me to cherish. This was for me to realize that I have the biggest responsibility of every single second, catering in a very, very elegant manner, graceful manner, and of making sure that I only spread positivity to the world. And that is the reason, the way I conduct my shows, my events, like I'm the television talk show anchor for TV Asia in USA, Mexico, and Canada, which is on air right now, the show, and I've shot already 61 episodes. I think it's a great responsibility for me. So just to speak, in a very small example earlier, prior to that, I did something that I enjoyed the most. It was my passion. But now I bring that soul into every event. I make sure if I'm a part of the event, I really bring, by God's grace, I really pray to the Almighty that let us really give everyone something positive to take from this event so that, we have this world as a better place. So even for my live events, now, after I won the award, it's just come so naturally to me now that I always feel that I have a great responsibility of making sure that everything is positive. So at one of the events, which was only a pure media event where the entire media was there. In fact, I've also been on the magazine cover of Films Today magazine. So we just had an event where things didn't go the right way because, the celebs left and, our main sponsors didn't get to have the main, stage with them. So they were a little upset and things just went haywire with everyone running around. And I was the only girl there, most of the media people were all guys there. And I just went aside and I said, no, I can't leave this here. Everything went haywire. And I said, no, this is my show. And I just prayed to God and I didn't know what to do. So the moment the sponsor who was upset he was just leaving, he just reached the door. I switched on my mic and I said, खुदा भी एक बार तो माफ कर देता है आप वहीं पे रुकिए don't come here but just turn around and allow us to at least apologize. You are going home, you go home, I won't stop you, but please allow us to apologize with folded hands. And it started from there and things changed. We brought him back to the stage, we made him smile, we made everyone applause. The media didn't write anything about things which went haywire and about everything that really. So this is how I feel it's a blessing. So after the award, Dr. Lalit, this has been the change. And I always feel that we can really bring the best in any situation. So even if it's pandemic, let's count our blessings. What is the blessing? And I'm sure there is something or the other because everything happens by God's grace. So this is the change which has been in me. And I consider it, being very fortunate because I've become that soulful person now. And I just don't work. Finance will anyways be given to us. We earn money, all of us. But, working in such a manner, and I don't really think about anything else. I become completely, as much as possible, I try to be selfless and I try to be as much as possible by God's grace that we give happiness and love to the world. So this has been the change after this prestigious award in my life.
That is super. Simran, what an experience, what an event to share. And it's as you said earlier, it's these events that we learn and grow through. Yeah. Now, I just wanted to let the audience who are listening, there are a couple questions that have come up on the chat box. I will request the audience to put your questions on the chat box and we will acknowledge your name and we'll ask the question to Simran for sure. So I know there's a lady called Vidhi Luka. Vidhi, if you want to post a question on the chat box, please do so and we will definitely question Simran on it. Simran, moving on. I know this is something that since the lockdown has started and you have been doing amazing yoga. My goodness, prior to that, you were doing 108 Surya Namaskars as your weekly routine. You were exceptional in doing your Surya Namaskars because you did them amazingly well with the yoga poses. But at each Surya Namaskar, you actually recited the 108 names of the sun god. Now, how did all that come about? What inspired you about yoga, about Surya Namaskar, and how did all that come on scene?
Thank you, Dr. Lalit Soda, because I had no idea that we're going to get into this. So every year on the 21st of June, this was the 6th International Yoga Day celebration. I only do yoga once a year and it will surprise you. So if I have to demonstrate somewhere, 2 days prior, I'll start doing my little bit warm up. So then I have my flexibility of lifting my leg up and getting into that zone. So I've been luckily, very flexible that way. But otherwise, as I said, I always enjoy every moment. So when I have work, and I'm the brand ambassador for several brands, right from Retro Gym to a country club, to Nitro to World Gym. So I always tell them, like for Nitro, I do fitness talks with Nitro. So I always tell everyone that, they ask me, how do you really cope and manage your time? I said, if I'm working, if I'm having 3 shows in a day, it's difficult for me to give in time. So now that I'm sitting with you all, I will sit in my Padmasan. I don't specifically give it time. So when I'm sitting for my makeup and, I have a show to do, I have back-to-back shows. So I'll always make sure that I sit in my Padmasan and I relax, So I would just close my eyes and get into that relaxation zone. So I feel every time I get into the postures in the functional manner, So you probably, you in the kitchen and you do your stretches. So when I wait for my bags, at the airport, I will do my stretches without having any hindrance who's watching me. I just do my stretches because I know I won't have time at home. So I keep stretching all the time. And this is the only thing that I constantly do with the kind of schedules that we have. So what happened was, I always have this in mind. On International Yoga Day, I do 108 Surya Namaskars. But last year, I was in Barcelona So I was cruising at the Royal Caribbean for my show for 10 days. And I couldn't be, with my regular, my clients here for where I'm the brand ambassador. So, they felt a little hurt and they said, Simran, you're not there. Who's going to be there for us? I said, sir, I'm sorry, but I'm cruising. So I'm going to be on cruise. So I took even the beautiful yoga workshop at the sky deck on the cruise with people from 40 countries who joined me there. So every year, only once a year, I do yoga. But this time, since 15th we announced the lockdown, so 15th was Sunday, and I had my work. And 16th I was free, and I quickly called sir. I said, sir, last year I couldn't be of help to you for yoga. Can we do yoga now? He said, okay. And we started from 18th. 17th we announced, and 18th we started yoga. And this is how I always had in mind, Dr. Lalit Soda, since I do 108 Surya Namaskars once a year with everybody on International Yoga Day. This was a great chance for me, but I never knew that it's going to go on for so long. So I said this year, since I'm, trying to be of help, with yoga by the grace of my gurus, I will do yoga with 108 names of Sun God because that is very powerful. Usually, when we do 12 Surya Namaskars, we always recite the name of Sun God. Then why not with 108 names of Sun God, where we do the chanting? So when we do the chanting, and especially the last three sessions, we've been balancing, our posture and getting into the balanced posture while we do the chanting, so that our focus is absolutely, here between the two eyes, and we can really get into the dhyan and contemplation. At the same time, let the body and mind sync with each other and feel soulful while we do the postures. And this is possible if we do the chant, the name of the Sun God, because we have that extra energy, and then we do the entire set of Surya Namaskar. So this was always there in my mind. I've not seen it anywhere, but I've been regularly, doing the 12 Surya Namaskars with the names of Sun God. So this was always my dream. And since, we were regular with it, 21st of June was the first time we planned a 6 a.m. session, which really went very well. So we had people from all over the world, who joined us, and it was very surprising for everyone. In fact, Kumiko-san, all of them from Japan, they were never on Facebook earlier. So it's just that by word of mouth, they got to know that we do this, and they had their account on Facebook just for the yoga, you know, and, it's such a beautiful feeling. So it benefited everyone. So we did consistently every Sunday for 7 consecutive Sundays, and Saturday nights, I usually finish my show in the mornings. I'm working till 4 a.m. So I used to feel, it's difficult for me, Dr. Lalit, I used to feel, yeah, how will I wake up? I'm sleeping at 4:30. I'm working with people at 6 a.m. But I think it's by God's grace. I just leave it on my gurus. And it just happens. And I feel rejuvenated. So I don't even get sleep after doing my 108 Surya Namaskar. I'm like, what next? Oh my God, I'm not getting sleep. I have so much time now. So this is how the miracle happened. It was just there in my heart that we need to do this, and it just happened beautifully, and people enjoyed it from across the world, and they inspired me.
And Simran, is it correct from what I understand? I want to ask you two things just so that I don't forget this first question. I wanted to say, if people wanted to connect with you on social media and go through your posts and your yoga sessions that you're offering, can you online just tell us your link or your Facebook ID or Insta ID where you're doing all this good work?
That's so kind of you. I would love to connect with all of you on Facebook. I'm more of a Facebook person than the Insta person. On Facebook, I'm Simran Ahuja, but I do miss messages on Messenger. It really goes for a toss. So you can have my number from Meena ma'am or from Dr. Lalit Soda. Please connect with me on WhatsApp. I'm regular with WhatsApp, but otherwise, yes, Simran Ahuja is my Facebook page, as well as my account is Simran Ahuja. On Instagram, I'm Real Simran Ahuja, and on Twitter, I'm Real Simran Ahuja. But I do have my YouTube channel where I try and post, all the videos of my film fair, of my IFA, of my awards that I've hosted, the Darasai Falke International Film Festival Award, and the several awards that I do across the world. So that is Simran Ahuja Official YouTube channel. And I've recently come up with Simran Ahuja Yoga Lover. It's Simran Ahuja Yoga Lover, which is my yoga channel. And of course, I've not got time to post many videos. It's just my first 4 videos. But now I'll start posting more videos. And I just want to spread it as good luck. And Dr. Lalit, I must tell you, Sita Ma, we used to call her, when she was 96 years, she used to tell me, Simran, you must teach yoga. I don't know why, you know. So I was studying at that time, doing my management studies. I said, but why, ma'am? I don't know, but you must teach yoga to the world. Just promise me. And that was the day I decided whenever I teach yoga, I will make sure, because I was never charged for yoga. And I feel all the best things in life are for free. And I said, for yoga, it will never ever be that it will ever come in my profession. Yoga is just going to be by the grace of my guru. So it will never, no commercials will ever be added to it. So every time when someone tells me about yoga, I tell them it's just by the grace of my guru, that whatever I am. So I'm always ready for everybody. So I'm going to thank all of you all for giving me this opportunity, right from Sudhir Ruparelia sir, who's here with us, and Mrs. Ruparelia ma'am, and of course the chairperson Sanjay Bhai. So honored, and I'm really, really feeling extremely humbled. Meena ma'am, so much love I've received from you. And Dr. Lalit, you know how much I love you and I love your work. We connected because the kind of person that we both, just connected at the first level itself. And I'm all praises for you for everything that you've taught me, right from broccoli to the 5 colors of food, which I keep giving everyone, the same advice that, yeah, just make sure that you have 5 colors of vegetable, 5 colors of fruits, and have your broccoli and you're done for the day. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Simran. Thank you so much. Simran, the other question before I take some questions from the chat box, we have got some amazing personalities who have actually joined us today on this lovely Zoom session. And we have the chairman of the Indian Association, Mr. Mohan Rao, and he's here. And there's also Ms. Suman Venkatesh, who is the chairperson of the Indian Women's Association. So a warm welcome to both you people, lovely people who have connected with us on Zoom today. Simran, that is Mr. Mohan Rao, and the chairperson for the Indian Women Association is Ms. Suman Venkatesh. So welcome again. So Suman, Simran, what I wanted to ask you was, I know you recently did this 108 Surya Namaskars for 108 days. Is that correct?
108 Surya Namaskars was every Sunday. So we started from 21st of June till last Sunday. We did regularly without missing a single day. Yeah. But every Sunday, 108 Surya Namaskars with the names of Sun God. Yes.
Yeah, that was just an amazing commitment. But you did all this. Now, if you can share the benefits of Surya Namaskar, I think that would really appeal to the audience as why they should be doing it.
Sure. When we always say that Surya Namaskar is different at different levels. For an athlete, Surya Namaskar would just be a warm up. For someone who really wants to adopt and really live healthy and really get into the breathing, into the vinyasa flow, for you, it will be a different mind body connection where your body is connecting and every cell of your body talks to you that they are really very happy. For someone who's just doing it from health perspective, thinking that I just want the aesthetic benefits, you get the best of aesthetic benefits because there's nothing as fabulous as Surya Namaskars. The only thing I tell everyone for the warm up as well as the cool down is to stretch to the side and of course to work on the obliques and the love handles. And if you really mix and match Surya Namaskar with working on the sides, the obliques, and the love handles, you've really worked phenomenally well. Now, every muscle of your body, really gets into that Surya Namaskar flow. At first, even start with doing 2 sets of Surya Namaskar, but in the right way. So I've taken lots of sessions where I just speak separate sessions besides my regular sessions, where I teach on the exact technique of doing the Surya Namaskars. So for someone who has knee trouble, we will not be comfortable doing them. So I tell them how to really, work on the knee, strengthen the knee and to get into it. Similar, we go for the back. So except for the wrists, your back, your knee, if you have pain or your shin bone, rest, if your quadriceps talk to your hamstrings talk to me, it is all a good pain. So besides these pains, you have to do Surya Namaskar. It is going to take you and give you the energy, the power. We always say it is the sun god. We always say sun. We always say it has maximum energy. And do we know? I mean, every single jo kiran hum bolte hain, of the sun is all by itself the bright light. So that is the divine light. And we are all the disciples of that divine light. We are all the beautiful souls spread in this world. Finally, we all have to connect and go back. The soul has to merge back into the Lord, as we say. So similarly, we go back into the sun. We are all like the rays, the beautiful rays of the sun. So imagine you are one of the ray. We are all here as different rays of the sun, and feel that you have the energy of the sun, and you actually can feel that when you do the Surya Namaskar. It is on the way you do it, it is the way you breathe, it is the way your body opens up to it. So besides the aesthetic appeal, working on every single muscle of the body, it gives you strength, flexibility, it makes you supple, gives you and gets you into that beautiful dancing zone. And at the same time, if you connect it with your breath, it's going to give you that mental peace, calm, and relaxation. And then after the Surya Namaskar, when we will sit in that meditative posture, because the body has completely opened up and you are in that beautiful, divine, relaxed feeling with your spine tall, and you want to open up your chakras, we can actually do that simultaneously while doing Surya Namaskars, if you have the right presence of mind. So it is all in one. It just takes 5 minutes to learn one set of Surya Namaskar to see how to do it the right way. And rest is all a miracle. So I must tell everyone, if we can do Surya Namaskars, we also have Chandra Namaskars, which are to be done post sunset in the evenings, which also I've taken a few sessions. But in the morning, if you do Surya Namaskar and imagine that you're getting that strong divine energy, the love, you will never have time in your life when you're tired. Also, when we sit separate to do pranayam, if you are doing like the vinyasa flow along with the Surya Namaskar, you are also breathing at the same time. And you know what we say, Antar Kumbhak, when we breathe in, and we breathe out. We do Rechak, Kumbhak, and then we do Antar Kumbhak and Antar Rechak. So we hold the breath. So once we are used to, we can do that pranayam in Surya Namaskar itself and hold in every posture. And when we hold, we can do the Antar Kumbhak there. So it has all the benefits and you can have great combination. So this time for a change, this Sunday, I took combination of, reciting two names of sun god, because every time we would take the name of sun god, get into the chanting, we would do the one leg balance, and we would chant. So that, we really strengthen our thighs at the same time, and then 2 rounds of Surya Namaskar, opening it up completely, lengthening ourselves in a much better manner. So Surya Namaskar is absolutely the gift to mankind. Consider it as the gift, and let's just really get into it every time.
Absolutely. Surya Bhagwan ki jai ho.
Yeah.
Simran, there's a question that has come up from a lovely gentleman called Ashray Sood. And he wishes to ask you a question. I believe this is a gentleman, Ashray, and I assume that's a male name. So Ashray, yoga, he says, yoga has helped me get rid of eczema and asthma after 27 years of suffering through it. And now Ashray is also teaching yoga. But he says to us, what has and how has yoga transformed you as a person?
It has given me the way of life without even realizing. At a point of time, when I didn't even realize it was really benefiting me. But for me, naturally, so every time I traveled, because I've been doing yoga since childhood and not on a regular basis. So every time I'm traveling, either in the aircraft or in the car, when I'm not driving, I have a habit of sitting in Vajrasana. I have a habit, when I'm very comfortable, I will just sit in Padmasana. So for me, it's become a way of life. And I always want to get into my Yoni Mudra whenever I think I'm losing my focus, or else, I'm really getting into that anger zone. It has taken, anger out of my system altogether. And people suddenly, realize that how is it that I'm such a calm person? How is it that I don't get affected by anything? It's not that I don't get affected, even when I realize and I'm aware that I'm getting affected, I just put yoga in place. So for me, every point of life has been really beautiful with yoga. And I must mention something very important. We're talking of yoga, and you spoke about asthma. So I must mention this: the 6 kriyas that we have, the purification processes. that we have in yoga completely will make you connect with yourself. So we always say we are all spiritual souls going through this human experience, not merely human souls aspiring to have a spiritual experience. So we realize this by doing the six purification processes, right from Neti Kriya to Dhoti Kriya to the other Kriyas, Basti Kriya and the likes, Rubber Neti. So I really want all of us, since we are into yoga, to experience this Shank Prakshalan, where you feel, oh my God, what has really happened to you? Where you instantly connect with your navel, the navi, where we say we have all the nerves connected there. So I really want all of us to make sure that since we are into yoga, we realize the essence of getting into the beautiful purification processes. I have already shot from my Neti Kriya because, the before Neti Kriya and after Neti Kriya, you need to be a little careful about what you eat, not to eat, you know, anything refrigerated or no curd, because you might catch cold. And also, if a single minuscule drop is left in your nose, you might catch cold. So I'd be a little careful and I prefer teaching it live. But since we've spoken about everything in yoga, the purification processes will really change you. So the moment you're stressed, next day, make sure you have a light dinner. Next day in the morning, please wake up and do your Dhoti Kriya. You could do it with salt water. You could do it without salt, adding salt with the lukewarm water, where you really take as many glasses as possible, 8 to 10 glasses, and you just throw it out. The toxins come out immediately, and you immediately feel relaxed. And, of course, the condition is that we shouldn't be sleeping once we've done Dhoti Kriya as well, and to sit in that relaxed posture because the body is cleansing, and to have very simple, soft food. So, I thought I would also talk about the purification processes. It has changed me absolutely. And every time, I'm working in any zone, even in my college, people used to wonder, how is it that I don't get affected by people talking, anything at any point of time, but everyone around me is an anger zone. So I owe it all to yoga, because without even realizing, it was so much within me that I know if the other person is angry, it's better for all of us to be relaxed. And once you're relaxed, you can change the entire environment around you. So for me, it's been a complete blessing. And, I owe it to all my Gurujis, Nikam Guruji, my Sita Ma, and to Rene Pipa, who's from USA, who told me the first time that, do you know how beautiful you are? And she took my yoga to a different level altogether by, practically showing me that how it really affects and how your mind and body coordinates together, and you feel like a soulful person where you don't exist, where you feel like floating, where you feel you flying in the air. So I think that's the beauty of it. So I love yoga, and I've been living all my life. Life is yoga for me.
Thank you so much, Simran. That was such an amazing answer. And Asha, I hope that answered your question. Next question comes from Vidhi. And from beauty, as we were talking about, Simran, the question says, Simran ma'am, can you please tell me the secret of your beauty? Please, please, please. The Zs are just going on. And as well as a bit of tips on to remain fit like you're remaining fit, what is your the main source of how you do all this?
That's so kind. I must tell you, and I must admit this, and people all get a shock of their life when they get to hear that when I tell them that I have my dinners at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., my Indian Standard Time. And that is just because it's got nothing to do with why can't I have my early dinners. It's just that I'm working. And when I'm working, I'm the best, on empty stomach. As we always say, only when you're empty stomach, you have the best presence of mind. And I'm doing shows, sitting for hours together. I'm sitting, at my house is big studio now. But when we do that, you really need to be, you need to feel light. Otherwise, I will go to sleep. So, irrespective of what my schedules are, I believe in enjoying every second of my life, and that is why once I'm done with my shows, be it 1 a.m., 2 a.m., I'm having my lavish dinner, and my dinner is real lavish. So when I that's the time when we always discuss about how the event was, and we are discussing with the clients, and they say, you are a big eater at night and you're supposed to follow yoga, you're not supposed to do that. I said, I'm not supposed to do that, but because I don't eat in the evenings, and I've had my last meal at in the noon at around 2, PM in the afternoon, I definitely feel hungry and I stay on fruits. So regards beauty, I do follow a natural regime and which works wonders for your skin and for the hair as well. Till date, Dr. Lalit Soda, I never wanted to work in television serials because everyone told me that, they would want to do something with my hair. And I'm so much in love, with my natural hair and beauty that at one point of time in school, I hated my hair. I used to not like curly hair because, I always felt that why am I so different than everyone has those beautiful, silky, soft touch hair. And again, when I went to college, my perception changed because everyone thought I had got it done from a beauty salon. And till date, I don't go to beauty salon except for, my waxing bit. So I must tell you, I owe it to all the natural beauty. So for my skin, I regularly apply the cream of curds, which works phenomenally best for the skin and for the hair. And to really have the natural texture of hair, because we travel a lot. And though I've never used anything unnatural on my hair, so even when I do my television commercials, I tell them, tell me what hairstyle you need. You need a straight hair look, I will give it to you the natural way. So I use a lot of coconut milk to have the same brightness in my hair, and I use castor oil to set my hair. If I have to dye my hair, and someone wants that very serious non-glamorous look, so I will just tie my hair and apply castor oil so that it's standing a little sticky, and the lights. Also, I wash my hair with shikakai, arita, amla, which are the natural ingredients, which also give you great hair growth, which will not give you split ends. And after that, I use a conditioner that is, tons of curd and coconut milk. So please use that. And for your skin, besides cream, I've never used soap. Makeup remover I have to use because I've started applying makeup after winning my Miss India title in 2013. So I only use a makeup remover, that too mixed with oil. But otherwise, I'm only cleansing my face with regular floor, the ground floor, what we call, and the besan. I mix it sometimes to tighten the skin. I use rice powder, which really has that effect of strengthening the skin. So when people say that, have you ever been or got into any facials? No, I do the natural facial, which is by yoga, which I like to show it to all of you. And I want all of you to do this. Also, we have the natural facial exercises, which will enhance your facial muscles. And people always tell me that how is it that my palms are so dark? So let me tell you, I've been a hardcore driver since I was the age of 18. So my hands are always tan. So I always like to, use the rice powder on it along with a little cream or a little bit of almond oil and really massage it. And it really cleanses, your skin beautifully well. So I want you to try it on the back of your palm first or on the elbow that the natural products are suitable to you. And if your skin is oily, then use, few drops of lime, and lime juice really brightens your skin. Tomato brightens your skin. Cucumber. So these are all the natural products which I always use. And if you suddenly just want to, if you have a special date with someone and you really want to look good, then the best thing is to have papaya. Just grate the papaya and mix it with your cream, the milk cream. I always prefer curd cream, so because that works phenomenally well. The skin absorbs it very quickly. Just apply for 20 minutes, and you'll have the natural glow which you'll never get with any cream or makeup. But otherwise, makeup, I use Stars Cosmetics for makeup, which is just a 5-minute makeup routine that I use. So thanks to Stars Cosmetics as well.
Thank you, Simran, for sharing those amazing natural products. Maybe I'm going to try something for my skin. Maybe I look lighter too.
They're all in your kitchen, Dr. Lalit. They're all in the kitchen. And
Lovely.
Works wonders.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And I hope, Vidhi, that answers your question. And we have Ramesh Pai, who's asking you, can you highlight your winning of Miss India?
Beautiful. Sure. So in 2011, I traveled from here to United States, for my work. And that is the time I realized that should I get into my beauty pageant or should I not? I was never confident. I never felt, I was beautiful because I was never into makeup at first. So I never knew, what you would look post makeup. And at the same time, I never took up careers where, you know, people would tell me that you have to do and play around with your hair. So every fashion show I did, I would, and everyone loved my hair. So for hair, people have no complaints. But from my skin, everyone said, no, you have to apply the basic makeup. But still, I was never confident. But as I said, my friend Renee Pieper really changed my life. So when we were doing yoga in 2011 in USA, you know, she just happened to tell me, and I used to wake up, I used to go for my class at 5:15 a.m. You know, in the United States, I was there for a while, and you know, and I was so dedicated. She felt I've never seen any Indian, you know, doing so much and working so hard. You're working throughout the day, and you know, you're here for work. I mean, you can just relax and enjoy shopping. And I used to do that. I used to shop. I used to not sleep at all. I go for shopping. I enjoy my day. Night, I shop at Walmart because I was just there for a few days. So in the morning, I wake up, you know, and I'm not sleeping at 4 a.m. because I'll miss out on my 5:15 a.m. class. So she told me that, you know, what is there in you? You know, you yourself don't know. And when I went there for the class, you know, I used to always feel that I'm the only one who's not beautiful. Everyone else is like beauty personified. And I've always had that feeling, and she somehow sensed it, you know, from the kind of dedication that I had. And she was truly amazed. She's saying, I just spoke to you early in the morning at 3 a.m. and you're here. You didn't sleep. I said, no, I was so excited to come here. And she told me that, do you realize how beautiful you are? I said, no, I don't think so. I'm beautiful. And these were my words to her. And she said, you are naturally beautiful. And she told me that she wakes up every day at 4:15 a.m. because she has the 5:15 a.m. class. And first, she does her makeup and she never gets out of her house without makeup. Okay, in United States. And these are the words she used. She's saying, do you know that I wake up at 4:15 just to do my makeup because I never step out of my house? And everyone who comes here, who you feel, you know, look like perfect and you feel that, you know, that beautiful, let me tell you, they all do their makeup, but it's just that it's not seen because we know how to do natural makeup. And we never step out of our house, but I've never seen you even applying a lip gloss. So you are blessed, sweetheart. And she made me realize that, you know, you are precious. And my perception changed. So this is how now I got a little confidence that really I'm beautiful. Really, I mean, everyone is into the world of makeup. And naturally, if I'm beautiful, then I might be. And that is how in 2012, when I applied for the contest, you know, I was selected and I was elected and I was chosen as Miss India. And in 2013, I had to represent my country at the Niagara Falls in New York. And again, I felt the same feeling there when I represented. So before that, I had the exposure of hosting the Mrs. World. So I had already that experience of how the international beauty queens are. You know, I've met a lot of beauty queens from across the world through my work and seen them closely, watched them, because I always had this dream that once in my life I'm going to try for the beauty pageant, but never had the confidence because I never felt I was beautiful. So when I went, you know, to the Niagara Falls again, I was like, wow, everyone is so beautiful here. You know, how is it that I'll win? But till then, I knew makeup, and people found I was a tough competition to them because I, by God's grace, I was good with my speaking skills as well. And I won hearts with my humbleness and my grace, which I realized was a great high point in me. And I never felt the element of jealousy. I did envy others because I felt, wow, they're carrying themselves so well. I love their attires, and I, really envied everything they had. But I was very happy in my own zone, and I think I owe it all to you. And again, this is how I have this beautiful experience. And post that, I always have a habit of telling people what is the best beauty in them. You know, we always have the beauty features. It could be anything. It could be hair, nose, eyes, smile. But there is, every single human has something beautiful in them. And I always make them realize that because I was realized in 2011 by my dear friend Rennie.
That's amazing. Such a super story. And you know what, Simran? The recent photo that you sent to me about you doing the IFA 2020, my goodness, if you give us permission, we would love to share that. Meenabin will share it
Sure.
on Facebook.
Sure. So this
That's
is just to tell you, it was IFA 20, which was the 20th year of IFA. It was last year on the 18th of September, and the 16th of September was the, we had the IFA Rocks, and 17th we have just the rehearsals, with all the stars, and 18th is the grand finale night. So that could be the 18th of September, 2019. I've done the Filmfare Awards 2020. this year, IFA was scheduled to be in March 27th, 28th, and 29th of March, which I was already booked, going with the IFA on the 27th, 28th, 29th, but it didn't happen because of the pandemic. But I did do the 2020 Filmfare Awards, the prestigious technical awards, on the 2nd of February and the 15th of February, where IFA went out of Mumbai city for the very first time in Guwahati. So yeah, thank you.
Would
Sure,
that be
I would-
okay? Would that be okay for us to share your photo?
Yes, I would love it. Why not?
And I'll tell you, I'll share your secret right now. In amongst us, you are the beauty queen of your time. But in amongst the local beauty pageants that used to take place in Kenya, there is this lovely 75-year-old lady in her younger years used to win this beauty pageants with her lovely light eyes, with her lovely fair skin. It's none other than our Meena Ben.
I had no idea about this. Oh,
So she's such a pretty,
beautiful.
she was a pretty young lady. She's still a pretty young lady. It's just the years have gone on. She's 75, I may say that, but she is absolutely, yeah, she's 75. An absolutely stunning lady. So she actually appreciates walking down the catwalk in her lovely saris at the time and winning these awards of the beauty pageants. And so I thought I'm going to let that secret out, Meena, but I'm sorry if I've embarrassed you, but she's going to be very happy with that. Now,
I wouldn't have ever dreamt of this. I wouldn't have ever dreamt of this. This is unbelievable. And I think she is, absolutely a legend with us. I can easily say that. And the kind of warmth that she has, the kind of love and the aura that she carries, I'm so sorry. But you are so beautiful and young and always be the same. We love you.
that's very nice. Also, Simran, I wanted to mention to you that one of your sort of fraternity persons, a TV star, was with us just a little while ago. He did his amazing series with really what gained him fame was Palki. He's done Silsila Pyar Ka. He's done Zara. He's done Teri Meri Love Stories. And our none other than Abhay Vakil. He's a super gentleman, and Abhay was with us for a little while. In fact, he is also scheduled to come in the next few Saturdays. He's going to be the guest speaker. So I just wanted you to know he's thoroughly impressed, and we've had such amazing chats about yourself and about Abhay coming up. So just wanted to acknowledge Abhay's presence over here.
Abhay, I'm so delighted to be there for your session. That's so kind of you, Abhay, and I really look forward to hearing more from you. Thank you so much for your kind words.
Thank you, Simran. Now, I know time is running very fast, but we want to see some practical aspects of you. So before we go into that, Simran, I've got 3 final questions, if you don't mind, and we'll
Sure,
zoom
my
them
friend.
up with the answers. Number
Right.
1 question, and immediately, I think in the next 3 minutes, we would love to get some practical asanas from you, some tips from you about yoga. So the first
Sure.
question, Simran, is we've had a question, and I also wanted to ask you, who is your guru?
I have my spiritual guru. I follow a path that is the path of Radha Swami. So I've been to it since childhood. And it is, of course, all the teachings of my guru since childhood. And since childhood, I've been brought up on the same path. And I do have my yoga gurus who I really owe everything in yoga. But yeah, my path is Radha Swami is the path that I follow. And as we always know that all paths are one, it's just that the teachers are different, but it's the principle is always one. So we're all blessed to be on the same path. So I've been very fortunate to really have met the gurus, and I've been really, really blessed. So in fact, we just did a session 2 weeks back with the Hindu Jazz with His Holiness, Sri Ravi Shankar ji and the lights. But since childhood, yes, I'm a disciple of the path of the science of the soul, that is Radha Swami.
Absolutely. And as they say, Ishwara Allah Tero Naam, Sabako Sanmati De Bhagavan. Yeah. So very nice. Thank you for sharing that with us. The next question is, Simran, you are absolutely stunning, amazing, energetic, and you're doing so much good work. But what actually inspires you?
I like to be the best version of myself every single second because I know life is not for very long, and there are just why not really make every single second as a beautiful memory. So I try and given my best, for all the time because if you see nowadays, everyone knows since childhood, in their schooling days, they know that they want to become, into the beauty pageant world or they want to have their career. But my life started much later after I went and won my trip to Europe. That is in 2001. I realized that yes, I want to be and fly like a free bird. So for all the years that I missed out in my childhood, being very shy, being very quiet, I think I always feel that, I need to really cope with everything and do so much in my life, whatever possible. And so that is the reason which always keeps me on the go. And I feel that when I have so much of work in my hand, if I'm having 4 shows today, I obviously wouldn't have time of even giving it a thought to get into the workout zone. And I feel that it's absolutely fine, for me to not really work out, but to enjoy every second of me being in that moment to make the most out of, the time that I have. So I feel everything comes to me as a blessing, and I believe a lot in prayers and meditation. And I really want to give in everything that I can to really cope with all the lost time because I feel I have so much in my platter and so much to do, and very little time for all of us. So why not really make the most out of the time that we have?
And the time that we've had with you over here, every second has been precious and entertaining and good. So you've given your best over here. So thank you so much for that. And the last question before you go into your mudras and your asanas is about your movies. Could you share with the audience your upcoming movie and your, if you're able to release the name of the second movie that's 70% shot?
Sure. The name is yet to be decided, but I can talk about, the theme of the movie. So when I won my Miss India pageant, Dr. Lalit, I had a lot of offers for movies, but I know from the family that I belong to, I knew that they won't be comfortable with me doing certain kind of films, and they would only be comfortable me doing family films. So I waited for the right script to come my way, which I just signed my first film 2.5 years back. My second film, which is upcoming now, has a beautiful theme where it's about the elders in the family, that we all are living in a linear family right now, and we forget our parents once we find our right partner. So I'm playing the role of a girlfriend, for my boyfriend, and I tell him that I want to be in the living relation, not get married, not be with your mom. So it's not at all a negative character, but at the same time, I'm telling him, I've been brought up in a linear family. So I just, don't want to be, with your mom is something that I really changed, and I realized the sense of a woman. So it has a beautiful message that, which has been played by a very renowned actress in Bollywood, Sadhna Singh ji, who is absolutely a fabulous actress. She was the actress of Nadia Ke Paar, who plays my to-be mother-in-law in the film. And the rest of the cast is also very known. So I think it is extremely, extremely wondrous, for me to take that as a platform and to show the people that, I being a girl, I would also be, a woman one day, and I will also, get married and have my own family life. Would I like, when my son, would get into that situation? So the entire film is, following the norms of, how do we respect our parents and to not send them, in homes which are for the old age. Let that be as a leisure thing if they are interested in making friends there. But let us really shower tons of love to them because our first gurus are our parents. And we should never forget that. Be it our parent or anyone's parents, is the beautiful message which goes in the film. And yeah, so I'm pretty much delighted for this. And they're yet to decide on the name of the film, though they have decided on 3 names, but I'm not sure which one we'll decide on as the final name.
Absolutely. And we look forward to these movies of yours coming out. Simran, I'm sure most of these people are going to send you a Facebook request so that we can connect with you. And when these movies are upcoming, we would love to hear that. And so we can all go and watch them. I'm sure by then cinemas will have opened up and we'll all be able to watch them on the big screen.
I'm sorry, Dr. Lalit Soda. I lost the sound in my phone. So I either start the yoga or else I just take 1 second of going out and coming back in.
Sure,
Because,
let's do that. Take your
yeah,
1
can I
second
have
and
just
come back.
1 second? Just
Sure.
leaving and coming.
Sure. It's amazing. Minabet, she's just stepped out. We'll be logging her in very quickly as soon as she puts in a request to log in. But you know, gentlemen and ladies, this is an amazing superstar who connect with her on Facebook. She's got amazing information on yoga, on beauty, and absolutely let us support our own people who are out there in the industry working hard for us. So let us support her when she comes into her movies. Watch the movie, give some good reviews if you enjoy them. Simran is an amazing personality. She's teaching everybody, she's teaching yoga absolutely at no charge whatsoever. A celebrity doing this is just giving to the community, and that is a mission, as you see from her talk. So once again, you know, as she logs in, I think this has been an amazing time that we've had with our lovely Simran. And she's, I think that the topic has gone on a little longer. However, I wanted her to share some of the asanas that she does with yoga for our health and well-being also. So stay tuned. I'm sure she's logging in. And sometimes, you know, there is this heavy rains in India and we lose network because of that. And I think she was having some trouble with that. She had earlier mentioned to me that the rains are quite heavy there. So we may have some difficulty with networks. And if that's the case, Simran, we are going to be bearing with those moments while she logs in. Minabin, is everything okay? Is she trying to log in right now? Not yet.
Not yet, not yet. I'm
Okay.
looking out.
Yeah,
for it.
keep an eye on her. She's actually calling me.
Yeah.
Just hang on 1 second. Hi, Simran. Okay, IBG India Business Group, Minabin, that's what she's
Yes,
logged
yes.
under.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay,
IBG,
please let her
yes.
in.
Yeah, okay. It is there, but I will just, yes, done.
Done. Simran, you are on here.
Thank you. I'm so sorry for this.
That's okay. These things happen and we can totally understand, so no issues. So Simran, without further delay, so all the best from all of us to you. But before we go ahead and finish, we'll formally finish this evening. However, before we do that, we'd love to see some of the mudras that you do. And what can you teach the audience today?
I'm going to teach something which is of prime essence. That is, even if we don't do the postures in the morning, you know, we just do, you know, when you wake up in the morning, just take the wall, and after we freshened up, just take the wall and just hold the navel and squeeze it in as much as possible. So someone did ask, you know, that what about my picture? They want to see the alpha picture. We will share this picture, and I'm going to share a few pictures with Dr. Lalit Soda and Meena ma'am as well on how to hold the air in a lying down position, in a sitting position, in a standing position. So even when we don't get time to work out, it's absolutely fine. All we need to do is hold the abdomen, hold the navel into your lower back in. Okay. And we just do that for at least 40 seconds to start with, if not then 20 seconds, of course, to 1 minute, 1.5 minutes, which will give you immense strength and strengthen your core. And then your posture is automatically upright, irrespective of how much time are we giving to the asanas, irrespective of if you're going through back pain. You know, you can do it in a lying down posture, which will really work wonders for your abdomen. As we always say, it's all in the navel, all the nerves connect here. And, you know, when we also think of the chakras, you know, we need to really make sure that we really strengthen that core so that, you know, we have that great posture. And of course, everything is in the spine. And this is best said by Dr. Lalit Soda, who will explain in the best way that everything what we are is how our spine is. The health of our body really depends on how strong our spine is. Now, that doesn't mean if someone is not into workouts and, you know, someone doesn't have a good posture, they're not you know, to the good zone. No, not at all. Not at all that way. But if you're thinking of aesthetically, yes, we need to really look after the spine. So I'm going to, suppose I wake up in the morning and I'm really very comfortable and I'm going to really take this sofa and I'm not comfortable sitting on the floor. So all I'm going to do is breathe out. Now be very generous with yourself. Whenever I say breathe out, make sure you breathe out from the navel and take it from the back of your throat. I've been told to teach you Sinha Mudra. We spoke about how to be naturally beautiful. I spoke about the exercises, the massage as well. The best massage is by Sinha Mudra, which I'll teach you right after this. But for now, I will breathe out completely. Okay? So have your fingers facing inside.
She removed all the air from tummy.
Please make out the difference. Okay? So I'm blowing out. Just hold in this posture as much as you can. So first thing when we wake up in the morning, okay, just after you freshen up, just 1 minute, if we do this as a regular practice, you will be like super active. And then of course, if you're taking the mat, you can get into your rolling posture. But just remember, this posture you can do every time you're empty stomach. So even when I'm driving, I'm like wearing my seat belt and I'm like in a relaxed posture. At the same time, my ab is tucked in, so you can do this even while you walk and while you talk, while you do any posture, but of course not after eating, because after eating, Vajrasana is what we believe in, and doing a few mudras is fine. Vajrasana is the best posture to sit in after we finish our, after eating food, after eating meals, which really improves our digestion process. And instead of the food getting digested in 2.5 hours, it will take merely 30 minutes for your food to get digested. At the same time, you'll feel energetic ASAP. So I'm going to show you also how to do Vajrasana. But before that, so first thing in the morning is done. Okay. And now for the facial expressions, we have, a way of doing massage technique where we really place the thumbs on the temples and we really massage it with the 3 fingers. We massage our forehead. Okay. And this is best done after we've done Neti Kriya, where we really, cleanse the entire nasal passage so that you can breathe in deep and fill your lungs with oxygen. Okay. So after that, you can just relax your forehead and massage your cheeks, take it upwards, and make sure that your face is not dry. You can apply some ghee in your hand. For eating, cow ghee is very good, but for applying on the face, it's always the buffalo ghee, which works wonders. So if you have that, and we get a lot of fresh milk and very healthy milk in Africa. So I'm going to make sure that, and tell you that, yeah, please make sure that the curd has a lot of cream and use that. And now to get into, so this is one thing where this posture will help you anywhere. So even when you're walking the ramp or you're striking a pose, when you just strike a pose, just hold your abs in and you're done with that beautiful looking posture to give you the right shape. Now we will get into the Sinha Mudra, Sinha, like a lioness, like a lion. Okay, where you again breathe out from the navel and you really try and remove all the toxins out. I'm going to remove my tongue out. This is going to look a little funny. Okay, but I was told by Dr. Lalit Soda that please teach us the Sinha Mudra. Works wonders for your skin and the entire facial organs. It really gives a lot of warmth to your senses and enhances your beauty in a natural way altogether. So what we're going to do, how this posture is, you can do it once again in any posture, but I'm going to show you in Vajrasana since I've spoken about after eating food to get into Vajrasana. My fingers are wide apart, fingers facing towards my body. Okay, I'm going to give it a little gap so that I can blow out. Okay, I can blow out. So I'll do this 2-3 times and then have my tongue out, wide outside, and then keep breathing out from the navel. When we do Kapalbhati, our mouth is closed and we breathe out just from the nostrils. Here, our mouth is wide open, our tongue is wide out, and we are breathing out from the navel. I will show it to you. And after we finished, so we might do 20 counts, 25 counts, 30 counts, 40 counts, you might feel, if you're doing it for the very first time, you might feel a little bit of cough. That's fine. That's just cleansing your throat. It's absolutely fine and it's very normal and natural. Also, when you do it after a couple of days, you might feel that. So relax, clear your throat and then start again. Okay. And do that as many as possible. And when you're tired, just breathe out completely and hold it there. And that holding will give you immense benefits. So after we holding it there for a long time, then you slowly come back in your natural posture, your normal posture, and relax. This completes one round. So are we ready? So I'm going to request you all, so whichever position you're in, if you're just sitting and watching us, or if you have a cushion like me, you have a sofa,
You can get into the Vajrasana posture, which I'm going to get into right now. If you're standing, you can do it in the standing posture as well. So if you're standing and doing it, you can just stand and bend from your knees and get into that little squat position with your fingers inside and the posture. So let's get into Vajrasana. This is the best posture to get into post my food, my breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If I can be in this posture while commuting, if it's comfortable for you, not a trouble, you can be in this posture. And yeah, I'm pretty much comfortable because I usually have my socks on. So even in the aircrafts, I always like to sit like this for, when it's a long flight that I have. I always sit in this posture. And before I get off the flight, because there's thrombosis, something known as thrombosis, which is the calf muscle, which really needs to have some blood circulation. So besides the toe and flex, I want you to sit in this posture. So now have some space, some gap between the knees. I'm going to have my fingers facing inside. My fingers are inside. If this is not comfortable, it's absolutely fine. And to sit in Vajrasana, initially, you might have pain, towards the front side of your foot. It's absolutely fine. You can take a soft napkin. You can have something made of cotton, a cotton roll, and, just be liberal with yourself. Love yourself. Pamper yourself. So give it some nice, a soft pillow, and, you can just sit on that so that it's really having that comfort. At the same time, it's giving you the benefit. So I'm going to have my fingers facing inside, bend forward. I'm going to take my tongue out. So everyone, I want you to do it in front of the mirror first, because you will get to know your posture. Now, my eyeballs will come towards the third eye. That is where we wear a bindi. So my eyes will be focused here. I will be looking up. I will have my tongue wide out and blow out as hard as I can for as many times as your body allows you, and then just hold in that posture, in that statue. And finally, when you've done your 20-25 counts and you're just holding it, you can close your eyes gently so that your eyes are relaxed, and then you come back to the posture. So let's get started.
Third eye.
So in the final posture, when you are, because initially I wanted to make sure that, my posture is fine. So I was sitting here, and then when I felt, so you automatically feel, the entire blood is circulating in your face. All your senses are like, wow, there is some kind of silence, some kind of sereneness, some kind of beauty, in that entire face of yours. So I'm going to show it to you once again, just to show you the posture once again. And at the same time, when I blow out and I hold it there, now that gives us immense benefits. That time, I'm going to squeeze my abdomen in. You know what we squeeze? We do that in Agnisal, we do that in Noli. I'm going to squeeze my abdomen in and hold in that posture. Okay. Now, the only difference is when we do, we can also do the Jalandhar Bandh. We are not doing the Jalandhar Bandh. We are holding the abdomen. Now, one more important aspect is the Mula Bandha. We also call it the Ashwini Mudra. Again, this can be done 24/7 at any time. So, which is squeezing of the anus muscle. So, I sit in this posture. I'm very comfortable. At the same time, I'm doing Mula Bandh. No one can see it, but please do it. It works wondrous for your posture. All right. So Mula Bandh is done. Okay. We are only not doing the Jalandhar Bandh. We've also done the Noli. We're squeezing the ab in. The Noli is also moving, but we're just holding it there. just holding in that posture. And of course, we are then relaxing completely. So I will show you the same posture in Sukhasana. This is known as Sukhasana. Now, for all those who are, because I think everyone sits in Sukhasana, I've seen that, most of us sit there very comfortably. So to get into the habit of Padmasana, start with Ardha Padmasana and then start with, the entire Padmasana, which is not very tough, which again, when you sit in Vajrasana, you have a lot of flexibility here. It becomes very, very comfortable for you to do that. Okay, now I'm going to really have my fingers facing inside. I can place it on my thighs, but I will get more space if I'm placing it down. All right, towards my body. Again, I'm going to breathe out, have my tongue out. And now, since the beginning itself, I'm going to look up at the ceiling, trying and focusing on my third eye. And this is the beauty of Singha Mudra. When you do it once, and when you get used to, you can do easily 50 counts. You start with 20, 25, 50 counts. And what I'm going to say next is something very, very important. We spoke a lot about Surya Namaskar. Now, Nikam Guruji has been my first Guruji for teaching yoga. And this is what they always follow. Now, I said Mula Bandha, we said the Ashwini Mudra. So when I told you about doing the Surya Namaskars, the benefits that we have, if you're doing the Mula Bandha there and the Ashwini Mudra by squeezing the anus muscle, it really works wonders. But initially, we don't remember, we might just forget it, while we get into the postures, we might just forget it. So this is what has been taught to us by the school, which teaches us Hatha Yoga, that we take a sari, a sari is huge. Like a sari, we take a cotton cloth and we wear it like, people wear their dhotis. So this really works wonders for all the girls. And, all the women really need to do this to tighten it. We just take that like a dhoti. So if this is the cloth, the fabric, we just take it and we put it from down, and then the rest of it will be on our waist. So we tie it very tight. We say the more we tighten, the more energy we have, the more urja we have. And we talk about vitality, we talk of urja, that energy. So this is very important. So every day in the morning, if you are doing Surya Namaskars, even if you're doing 12 sets of Surya Namaskars along with the name of the sun god, so always take that cloth in the morning. So after we've done with that, I told you to hold the navel in as much as possible. After you're done with that, just take the cloth. If you are used to having lukewarm water, please feel free to have lukewarm water. No tea and coffee in the mornings. Not as the first thing. If you're obsessed with tea and coffee, have it as the second or the third thing in the morning, but never on empty stomach. For sure. Yeah, no tea and coffee. Yes, of course, green tea or herbal tea is fine. But otherwise, the regular tea, I would request you to first get into something healthy. And then as a second or third meal, you can have it, for your late breakfast when you've done with your main breakfast, the healthy breakfast first. Because the first thing which really goes in your system is what gives you tons of energy and magic. It works magic. So I'm going to take that cloth, tie it, and make it extremely tight. So it's a 6, it's almost the measurement of 1 foot and a long piece of cloth, at least of 1.5 meter to 2 meter, and just make it sure that it's really tied up well, and you do your Surya Namaskars. The second important thing is, what we do when we do Surya Namaskars is that make sure that your fingers or your toes don't fall off the mat. And your mat is good enough. So if your mat, you think you go off the mat, you have another layer below that. Have a mattress first and then your mat, so that the energy doesn't go into the ground. The energy which you're gaining by doing the Surya Namaskar, by doing the chanting, comes to you. And trust me, No amount of energy can be measured when you really follow this. And you would always be energy personified, and you would always have tons of energy. What next? What next? Even when you go to sleep, you will have that beautiful, relaxed sleep altogether, but you will never ever feel tired. So make sure that you really save your energy. And next time, Dr. Lalit Soda, if I may, whenever I get an opportunity of only showing the Surya Namaskar, because that takes real some time for sure to explain, and how to actually tie that. I'm going to show it to you in a picture format, and we will really, try and to get into the Surya Namaskars. So I'm going to take this opportunity of thanking all of you for allowing me more than extra time. It's been almost double the amount of time that I've taken here for you all to shower so much love on me and be extremely generous. And regards Agni Sir, all the videos I already have on my Simran Ahuja official YouTube page. Few of them I have, the rest of them will be posted very soon. And Simran Ahuja Yoga Lover page. Otherwise, the 150 live sessions that we've done on Country Club page are always there, which I keep sharing on my Simran Ahuja Facebook page. So let's be friends and let's spread light and love to the world, because the sense of this world is light, love, and sound. We're going to end with a beautiful Om recitation, where I really want you to get into Om recitation and make sure that your hands are in Jnana Mudra. Also, the Yoni Mudra at night. If you don't get sleep easily, I want you to do the Yoni Mudra, where you close all the five senses except the nostrils. We're just having it, outside the nostril. We're not closing the nostrils, but rest of the senses are closed. And we are getting into that posture, and we will do the Om recitation. So this is Yoni Mudra, where I'm going to close my ears very softly, very gently with my thumbs. But initially, let's hear it first. My little finger below my lip, my ring finger, my middle finger. So my ring finger and my little finger is closing my lip, my middle finger besides the nostrils, my index finger closing my eyes, and my elbows are right up, and with my thumb, my ears are gently shut. And I want to go to the humming sound from the throat by being in the relaxed posture, trying and having the focus between the third eye. You may carry on to 7 rounds and then get into the beautiful Om recitation. Om. And whenever you feel you're very stressed out and you just need to surrender, so gently hold in the Yoga Mudra posture as much as possible. Yogis and Rishi Munis used to hold this posture for 2 to 2.5 hours. It's a complete rejuvenation all by itself, where we don't do any postures, just one Yoga Mudra to get into that great meditative zone and relax. When you have to breathe in, when you feel like coming up, breathe in deep. And rub those palms together, cup those eyes. Remember, we're staying in a digital world today. We need to take immense care of our eyes. To splash water in our eyes every night before we go to sleep. Splash water in our eyes with our mouth filled with water, and splash water in your eyes to have that bright eyesight. And let the world be a brighter place. So when we can't travel outside with Yoni Mudra, we travel within ourselves. Hari Om.
Hari Om, Simran. Thank you so much. You just took all of us to a different world, showing your yoga stretches, your yoga asanas. So thank you. Thank you for sharing your journey. Amazing journey from a Bollywood actress, a talented yoga teacher, a talented Garba dancer, a beauty queen yourself, and such a humble human being above everything. Look at you. Oh my God. such a super
I'm
personality.
so sorry, but I just want to apologize to everyone. Today's the first time, Dr. Lalit Soda, that I'm going live from my mobile data. It's always, on my Wi-Fi, but I told you today I was having trouble with my Wi-Fi when I tried to connect. So every time, so today it's not on flight mode. So every time I receive, an international call, my sound goes off. And I just realized it now that today I'm on mobile data. And I sincerely apologize, but it's been such a blessing because I was actually a little skeptical about how will things go. But I'm glad that you'll have really given me so much of love. And this has been the most wondrous session for me with all the beautiful souls from across the world. But
Thank you.
I want to come back, of course, to, carry on the proceedings. I'm going to immediately leave and come back. But I'm going to thank everyone from the bottom of my heart for everything that you've given me. Please feel free to ask me any questions you feel like. It will be absolutely a blessing to me if I can be of any help to you.
Thank you, Simran. So before you go away, or because we want to formally conclude this session, we've got a couple people who would love to thank you. So is that what we want to do after you come back, or can we do that now? Okay, so can we change you, or are you staying now? Okay, Simran is going to come back so we can formally thank her. We have the president of the Lohana Samaj, Sanjay Bhai, who's going to be saying a formal vote of thanks. Meenaben, if you can keep an eye on Simran logging in again. And then obviously Meenaben will be saying a thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, is she coming in? Yes. So Meenaben says she's coming in. So ladies and gentlemen, this has been an awesome session. Would you agree with me? Let me get some messages on the chat box as to how much you have all enjoyed, and just get a little bit of...
Thank you so much for having me back. Thank you. That's so kind. I'm so sorry for the trouble. Extremely sorry for the trouble.
That's okay, Simran. We are still connected, and that's the main thing. So we wanted to say a massive thank you. We've got the president of the Lohana Samaj, Mr. Sanjay Bhai Thakrar, who would love to say a vote of thanks to you for coming here today on the Zoom live session, which was hosted by the Lohana Kampala Samaj. So may I request Sanjay Bhai to come on, please? Sanjay Bhai to be unmuted, Meenaben.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Lalit Bhai, Meenaben, અને સિમરનજી. હવે આમાં જે સાચા માણસો છે અને આટલા નોલેજ વાળા માણસોના વખાણ કરવાની જરૂર ન પડે, કારણ કે સાચા ફૂલને કોઈ અત્તરની જરૂર ના પડે. And the best gifts he has given today is time and attention, which everybody has liked it. On behalf of Lohana community, we really thankful to you. Such a nice, wonderful session, although it is long but very informative. And we would like to have another session at your time with more detailed version. Thank you very much. We all are happy. On behalf of community, I again thank you. Jai Shri Krishna, badai members who has attended and given the time, including our Indian Women Association chairperson, Sumanji also is around, and she attended full time. And other members also from Uganda, our Lohana members, particularly Meenaben, thank you very much. Lalit Bhai, Soda, always we are in touch for all your time. અને બહુ મજા આવી, અને we would love to have it repeated for another celebrity like Madam Simran. Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you, Sanjay Bhai. A formal thank you to you from all of us and the audience. Now we would like Meenaben Khagram to actually formally thank Simran also. Meenaben, if you don't mind.
Thank you, Lalit Bhai. Thank you, Lalit Bhai. Simran, I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. Good evening, everybody. Did you all enjoy this session? And would you like to have it again? I'm sure you all want to. Behalf of Lalit and myself, thank you, Uganda, Lohana Majan. Thank you, Ellie. Thank you, Sudhir Bhai and Josna Ben. Thank you to everyone that is there. And the biggest thank you, Simran, I want to be like you.
I love
Do you have
Same
any,
thank you. Meena ma'am, you're so beautiful, so wonderful. I'm so
Look,
proud of
I'm
you.
wearing the clothes just blue like you. I kind and I love those hair which you love it. They are like Spanish color. Thank you so much for coming, and you are my model. I think I'm going to start the things that you have taught us and look like you next time we meet. Thank you all for coming. Before you go, this is the flowers for you. Another thank you. And this is what you are. Can you see the Saraswati? And thank you, Radha Swami. God bless you.
1 minute only.
Thank you very much, everybody. It's been a pleasure to have you all on board. Thank you to Uganda. Thank you, Simran, Sudhir Bhai, Joshna Ben, Sanjay Bhai, Meena Ben, and Ali. Absolute a global namaste to all of you. Thank you for attending today's session. Look forward to Abhay Vakil's session coming up very soon. In the forthcoming weeks, we'll be sending out some amazing posters. We have amazing people lined up for every Saturday, from Houses of Lords in Britain to Bollywood actors to an internationally recognized chef from Goa. So guys, stay connected and God bless. Have a safe day today. Thank you, Simran. Thank you, everybody. Have a good evening. Meenaben, you can disconnect everybody if you want to.